So the NFL, a lot of teams are bringing back some throwback uniforms or making some changes to their alternate uniforms, things like that. They've been going around a lot on social media. So we've decided that we are going to look at and react to some of the more popular ones that have been going around. So the five that I have been seeing going around a lot are the Vikings, the Seahawks, the Browns, the Bucks, and the Colts. Those five, some are throwback, some are alternate. They've been going around. Post a lot, so we're gonna take a look at them and share our thoughts. So, which one do you want to start with? I think we should. You know what? I want to start. Oh, okay. We'll start with the Vikings. We will start with the Minnesota Vikings. Let's take a look at that. So, starting off with the Minnesota Vikings, they're bringing back their throwback purple and gold uniforms. These have been getting a lot of positive reactions on social media. I like these a lot. I always like when teams go back to their roots. I think it means something to kind of like uniforms in sports. It's going to sound stupid, but they are historic and significant. Like, they mean something to different levels of fans. Like, if you're a diehard fan or you've been a fan for a long time, you remember all these different players in different uniforms. These are like the all-time classic Vikings uniforms. I really like these designs. I think they're going to make the players pop on the field. So these are pretty. I give these a solid like 8.6 out of 10.
I started watching football when I was 5 or 6 in the 90s. So some of these uniforms I still remember being worn by players, Cunningham and Moss and Dante Culpepper. But either way, you start looking at the old Vikings players, and these are just, imagine seeing Justin Jefferson. It's going to look like Randy Moss. Or imagine seeing like some of these guys in these uniforms. I mean, I love the vintage look when teams decide to do this stuff. I like these jerseys a lot. I'm going to give them an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, these are cool. These are real sick. All right. I want to look at Indianapolis next because those have been getting a lot of mixed reviews. So let's check out the Colts ones next. So here we have the Colts new uniforms, Indiana Knights. They're kind of just the same, except they have a black helmet. Here's what I'll say. Duke has some cool football uniforms where they mix up the black and the blue. Black and blue is a really cool color combination, but if you're going to go for it, you got to go for it. Like, there's no black in this uniform besides the guy's arm sleeve, and that's a personal choice. Like, I don't understand. Like, this is not a big
He looks like a
thing
blueberry
to me. I feel like they're trying to be edgy, but they're not.
Yeah, I mean, if they were going to make the stripes on the pants black and some of the other thing, maybe their socks are black instead of, but you made a great point. It looks too much like Duke football going on here.
Or like, what if you made like all the blue black and the white blue? Like
I'd like that.
That'd be cool. There's just not enough. There's no other black in this uniform. Like, this they put like the bare minimum effort. Like, we need something different.
I'm giving them like a 5.5 out of 10 for these.
I'm gonna say a 5.2 out of 10. I don't care for these at all.
No, I'm not a big.
Let's look at the Bucks ones next, because the creamsicle ones have gotten a lot of positive reviews. So let's look at the Buccaneers creamsicle uniforms. So here we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers throwback jerseys. I don't know if the actual official name of these is creamsicle or if that's just what their nickname is. I think that I actually don't know. I know the throwback logo, it's hard to see on the side of the helmet, is super popular amongst NFL fans. It looks all right to me. Like, it's nothing spectacular. I saw a thing saying that these jerseys give off Burger King commercial vibes.
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper.
like the color and the font and stuff.
If you're gonna use a light color, don't make it like a faded light color. Make it like a vibrant light color.
I know what you're saying.
I have never been a fan of the old school Buccaneers, so I'm not going to be able to give you much context on this, but I am not a fan.
That's a good point. What I actually really like about the NFL is that's a little different than the NBA. Their uniforms are usually pretty bright colors. Like, when they do, like, I like the color rush jerseys. I know a lot of people don't. I like the pop of color. So that's a good point. The faded orange of this, it might look better on, like, against the green of the field. Maybe. but I definitely like the colors they have now better than these
Yes.
faded
Agreed.
orange colors. Like, yeah, these are just whatever. But now I like these little. What do we give the Indiana ones? 5. I'm gonna give this a. They're not much better. I'm gonna say 5.8.
I'm gonna give him a 6 just because I do like him better than the Indiana, but Miami Dolphins orange and Cincinnati Bengals orange is the orange that I prefer if you're gonna wear it in the football league. This faded
Yeah.
orange, I don't know. It's not.
Yeah,
for me.
no, it's not for me either. Let's go from orange to a different kind of orange with the Cleveland Browns. Let's
Brown. I like that.
Let's look at that. So here we have the new Cleveland Brown uniforms. I think it said the name of them was a whiteout or something like that, or something like a white stripe. I forget what the title was. Something with white. They're fine. They're
better
okay.
than the
I
other
like
ones.
these. I was gonna say I like these better than Indiana and Tampa Bay. I think the visor, that guy's colored visor, adds a different element that not everyone's gonna
The
wear.
visor's the coolest part of this entire uniform.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't hate I like the black accent marks to it. I like that it's all white, but here's the thing though, like white for football is pretty basic. Like
Yeah.
white in basketball too. Like white uniforms, unless you're gonna do something like the white Bengals uniforms
they're
are
cold.
cool. They're really
Yes.
cool. Like if you remember, I don't know if you remember when LeBron was in Miami, they did the whiteout for the Heat
Yes.
uniforms. Those are cool. So if you're gonna use the white, you have to embrace all the white. But if you're just gonna use a white base with other colors that makes it important or cool, I don't really care for that. But these are fine. I like
Listen,
these better than the other ones. So far, the best
these
ones
are-
we've seen.
That
Those
is
are dope.
Cincinnati Bengals. What is
Yeah.
the huge difference between what I'm looking at on this screen and that? Like, I
It's
just
the
feel like
Browns.
the Browns design. The Browns to me have always been the iconic Browns uniform. I get they're trying to do something different here. You missed the ball on this. You threw in Bengals.
I like the
orange.
stripe.
Like the stripes, okay, down the helmet. I just think
I don't hate that.
like you're going for a whiteout, but why? That's not a Browns thing to do. Like that's a Penn State. That's like I don't understand what the purpose of the. You're gonna get a 6.8, guys.
I
You're getting a
I was gonna say 6.4 or 6.2. Let's go 6.5. Let's split the difference. Let's go 6.3.
Yeah,
I'm giving a
that's-
6.3. They're fine.
they're
They're
fine.
I think this flies back. Get the- I think the last ones we're gonna look at for Seattle are probably the best ones.
Yeah,
So
they're my favorites.
let's take one final look at the new Seahawks or the new old Seahawks uniforms. So here are the final set of uniforms we're gonna look at. The Seattle Seahawks throwback uniforms. I like these a lot. I think these are some of the better ones, the better throwbacks in the league. And here's what. Now, I am not a huge fan of the Seahawks throwback logo, only because that neon green is like one of my least favorite colors, like me personally. But they don't abuse that color in these. It's just like little accent marks, which is great. I love that color blue. I think they don't. I like just the plain helmet with the logo going across the side. I think these are very tasteful. They're not trying to do too much.
I also am not a huge fan of this color green, but like you said, the areas where they use it make it just enough, like not like it's not over the top, it's not too little, it's just the right amount of that green. And
Yeah, I
the
like
places
these.
where they have it are where either the logo is so that you're paying attention to the logo, or on the pants, which gray with the blue and that green
It's
is
very
actually-
nice.
Yeah, I like these a lot, dude. These are my favorite. They're getting a 9.5. I like these. a lot.
Wow, that's high. NFL stars aren't always recognizable unless you're like, you're an NFL person because they're wearing helmets and all that stuff. Like not a lot of people know what linemen look like because they never see their faces, right?
Mhm.
So a big part of being a fan of the NFL and like rooting for your team, if you're not a super big fan, is to watch their representation, which is their uniforms. And these are really, really cool, I think, to root for and be like, man, like my team looks cool out there doing like what
Yeah.
they're doing. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? I'm going to give these real quick. I'm going to give these an 8.8. I'm not ready to say a full 9. I like an 8.8. I think these are good.
I didn't even let you rank them. My bad.
No, you're. Are you sticking with 9.5?
Yeah, yeah, they
All
got
right,
an
I'm
half me, dude.
I'm going 8.8.
Listen to the sound. I listen to the sound.